It is a bold move by President Joe Biden, who's been paying his respects to the war dead. But the withdrawal from Afghanistan after 20 long and grueling years, he says, is the right one, despite fears that a resurgent Taliban will come back with a vengeance.
We cannot continue the cycle of extending or expanding our military presence in Afghanistan, hoping to create ideal conditions for the withdrawal and expecting a different result. I'm now the fourth United States president to preside over American troop presence in Afghanistan. 2 Republicans, 2 Democrats. I will not pass this responsibility on to a 5th.
The drawdown of troops will start on May the 1st. NATO forces are also ending their operations in coordination with the US. Joe Biden made a campaign promise to end the country's forever wars, and he is delivering on that. But the White House is also signaling with the withdrawal that America's priorities are changing. China and an increasingly assertive Russia are seen by policymakers here as the big threat this century. The US remains scarred by 9/11, an attack on its shores that would set in motion the wars in Afghanistan and Iraq. 20 years later, and Joe Biden is finding out, as the British did in the 19th century and the Soviets did in the last, why the country is called the graveyard of empires. And the cost in blood and treasure is staggering. $2 trillion and the lives of more than 2,400 troops. But it's also been a graveyard of Afghans. Nearly 40,000 civilians have been killed in 2 decades of bloodshed. The truth is that Afghanistan is a state dependent on aid and outside forces. Without a supply of both, the future looks bleak.
When you talk about what's going to happen, regardless of how much fighting there is, and there probably will be serious fighting, the real risk is this sort of strange structure that grew out of 20 years of war is going to implode, and with it the lives of many Afghans.
Failed state.
Well, it's a failed state, and it is failing millions, literally, of people.
The date of September the 11th will remain etched in the psyche of Americans for years to come. But the end of its operations may be the beginning of a new nightmare in Afghanistan, one in which any progress made is lost, and there's a return to the years of civil war. Alex Rossi, Sky News, Washington.